I'm going to show you how to enchant your weapons in Elden Ring. You know, add fire to them, cold, whatever. Change the affinity of them, so to speak. In Dark Souls 3, it was fire gem, lightning gem, whatever. But in this game, it's called Ashes of War. There are these, like, knife things that you find that let you carve out the Ashes of War and change what's in your weapon. And there are different ones all over the map. Now, the first one that you're going to find is actually in the very beginning of the game in the Gatefront Ruins. And it is in there's a staircase that goes down in this area. So the easiest way to get to this one is from where I'm at right now, the gate right here. You just run right down the road, and you can fight your way through. You can do however you want. It's kind of dangerous to do what I'm doing. Hopefully I don't get punished for it. But you're going to jump down over here, and right in here, you're going to dismount, is a small little cave area. And you're going to go down into here. Open up this door, and just a chest. They're going to open this chest, and inside of this chest is the Ashes of War Storm Stomp. With a Whetstone Knife, you can use Ashes of War to grant your armaments new skills at sites of grace. You can only have one skill. Any skill it previously had will be removed. Any armaments type determines what skill it can have. Some special armaments have unique skills and cannot grant new ones. So we got Ashes of War Storm Stomp. With a Whetstone Knife, you can use Ashes of War to grant affinities to your armaments at sites of grace. This way, you can alter an armament's attack affinity, boost attribute scaling, and more. An armament's type determines what affinities it can have. Some special armaments, like those with unique skills, cannot be granted new affinities. Okay, so we got the Whetstone Knife, and we got one to get us started. So you're going to go... Well, I need to go back to a site of grace, actually. Once you make your way back to a site of grace, then now when you go to there and you rest, it will have Ashes of War as a thing on the menu. Now, what you'll be able to do with this is you'll be able to pick a weapon that you want to enchant, or whatever you want to call it, press it, whatever your button is to go forward on, like A on Xbox, and now you'll have the Ash of War we just picked up. There are many Ashes of Wars out there, but for now, the Ash of War just picked up is Storm Stomp. So you put this on, it'll actually weaken the weapon's stats, but it will give it a new ability. Instead of Square Off, it'll have Storm Stomp. When you do this, it'll pop up an affinity menu, and it'll give you options like standard and quality, and each of these will change different stats with the weapon and stuff like that. In this case, standard changes nothing other than the ability. Quality will decrease the amount of physical power that the weapon has as a base, but increases the scaling based off your strength and dex, which is why if you look at the top one here, on that you see, it's hard to show, I can't mouse at it, but 115 plus 24. But if you go down here, it's 99 plus 31. So the base damage gets decreased from 115 to 99. But because that scaling goes up, and I have a lot of strength on this character, instead of getting an extra 24, I get 31. So that type of stuff changes when you pick these. In this case, I'll just pick standard. Okay, we're just going to leave it as a standard long Lord Sworn straight sword. But we're going to give it Storm Stomp. Now, we're going to back out of here, and I actually have to equip the weapon now because I don't have it equipped. And then you're going to swap to it. And now when I press, on my case, I think it's L, I'll do a Storm Stomp, which uses my FP at the top left. You see it using my FP at the top left. And I'm actually using this on an enemy so you can see what it does. Let's go run over to this guy and hopefully Storm Stomp him without getting messed up. So it's more just a stun. It doesn't really do damage, but it does a ton of knockdown damage, so I can easily get a critical hit on them like that. So Storm Stomp's pretty cool. That's Storm Stomp. And there are Ashes of War all over the map. There are tons of them, actually, that you can go and you can get. And I'll make a guide in the future for tons of different locations for those. So definitely subscribe and stay tuned for that. But generally, for the Ashes of War, this is how it's going to work, just like I showed you. You're going to randomly, when you're out exploring, you're going to find other ones, just like how I found the one. And now that you have the tool to do it, you can just go down to that Ashes of War menu, and you can put on new ones whenever you want on whatever weapons that you want, and change different things about it. I can still go back right now, change it to quality. I can even just undo. Like, there's no commitment at all. So feel free to try them out. No commitment. You put on any weapon. You can take them off of any weapon. And it's a pretty straightforward system once you know how to do it. So get out there, find Ashes of Wars. I'll go try to find Ashes of Wars. I'll make guides for a bunch of different locations for them and stuff. And yeah, this is how it works. That's the explanation I have for Ashes of War. It's a pretty simple system. Hopefully you understand it now. It makes more sense. And hopefully this guide helped you. Now you know how Ashes of War works in Elden Ring.